Man, it's been some of the hardest times this year for me. I've had some of the hardest times, some of the most challenging, right? Some of the most low times in my life have gone on through the past 6 months or so. I'm at a point right now where not a lot of shit really bothers me, man. You know what I'm saying? I have literally gone through some of the worst nightmares you can think of. So, what does that mean? It means there's going to be a whole lot of light on the other end, right? And I'm already feeling it. I am it, and it's happening, right? I think it's really important that we keep our vision intact as men. The world is going to want to snatch our vision away from us. And it's on us, right, as divine masculine figures to maintain our vision, right? Our desire, right? Our creation of a better world, of a good world, right? Of a high vibrational, heart centered world. That's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I will not succumb to the, you know what I'm saying, superiority, to the basing everything around money, to the, you know what I'm saying, just materialistic bullshit. It's never happening. I'm not going. I'm not. But what I will do is continue to stand for love, right? And how can I do that the best, right? How can you vibrate at your purpose the best? Really think about that. That's a really deep question. How do I vibrate at my purpose the best, the easiest? You got to feed yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to care for your temple. Yeah, you got to do better, man. We all got to do better. Certain things I got to do better, right? But I've also committed and dedicated my life to this healing path, right? And not being a healer, right? But healing myself, right? Which allows other people to find their own route on healing themselves. Because the only healer at the end of the day, it's not your doula, it's not your herbalist, it's not your yoga teacher, it's you. You know what I'm saying? You are your own healer, right? So it's time to, really do better. It's time to stop making excuses. We are in 2025, year of the nine, right? What does that mean in numerology? Apparently, it means it's the year of creation. It's the year of finalizing, right? Year of just catapultation, like it's the last chapter, right? Negative, positive connotation. I guess the choice is ours at the end of the day. The choice is ours to create a progressive, heart centered world, right? That utilizes the sheer natural abundance and prosperity that's around us. It's on us to choose that life, right? But in order to actually vibrate at that, right, where we're literally taking humanity, right, the universe into its next stage, right, we got to deal with our shadows. We got to deal with the darkness. We got to deal with the energies you're ignoring, right? Those hidden, swept under the rug shit. Got to deal with that shit, right? That's how you truly can shine your light. It's by going deep into the darkness and really finding out who you are, right? All right. Sometimes for some people, that happens in a very forceful way. For me, it was a very forceful way. And I can laugh about it now because I see the silver lining, right? I see what exactly happened, right? Why it happened, and how I'm proceeding, right, forward with this. And man, it has grown me, it has catapulted me to a new kind of stratosphere of just really knowing myself on a deep level and continuing to grow and knowing that it's a continuous journey, right? And I'm, seeking the discomfort, seeking it out so I can grow from it. And I am growing. I'm expanding. I am love. I am, what I'm saying, bliss, euphoria, ecstasy, abundance, prosperity, richness, wealth. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to expand. I am expanding. Me and my brothers, we're expanding. All the homies, we are expanding. So at this point, you got to choose. Are you going to continue to expand, continue to grow, and continue to be intentional with the process? Or are you going to keep fighting the inevitable change that's happening? One is a route of a whole lot of friction, right? And opposing forces. And the other, although it may not be easy, it is simpler, right? And it's just more aligned. Energy never lies, right? So it's time to listen to that energy. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So, energy never lies. Okay, so what are the top three foods? Okay, so what are the top three foods that you can eat to build muscle on a plant based diet? Everybody wants to know this, right? There's so many people who want to try a plant based diet, but they're just not sure what foods to eat to make sure that they don't lose too much weight and or they are trying to build muscle or continue building muscle, right? It's definitely one of the more common it's definitely one of the more commonly asked questions. And I could tell you there are many foods, right, that you can eat on a plant-based diet that will allow you to grow. Okay. There are many foods in a plant-based diet that will allow you to build or continue to build muscle. There's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's really important that we start with, just your staple foods. What foods can you see yourself, what foods can you see yourself eating on a regular basis that's not going to be a nuance to you? You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. My Kundalini yoga journey. So, Kundalini yoga is something that I practice on a daily basis. I've been practicing for probably about 5 years now, consistently, basically every day. And even at one point, I was doing consistently twice a day full Kundalini yoga exercises, right, and practices. And it's not just a workout, it's not just a physical workout. So when I say exercises, don't get it mixed up with like working out at the gym, lifting weights. This is something completely different, okay? Kundalini yoga is an energetic practice, right, first and foremost. And then the physical, right, benefits from the movements, of course, and the deep breathing and some of the core work that goes into it. But it's not about getting fit physically, right? It's about purifying the mind and enlivening the body, right? So just think about that. Purifying the mind and enlivening the body. If you have a pure mind and an enlivened body, you will be doing some things in this life. You know what I'm saying? Right? You're going to be crystal clear and have invigoration and energy to complete your mission. That's what Kundalini Yoga does, right? And that's the reason why I continue to do it, right? Because it allows me to remain at a high vibration and allows me to process whatever's going on, right? It doesn't, you know, people get it twisted with yoga or maybe other, spiritual or healing practices where they feel like just because you're doing something, you're avoiding the shadows, right? So just because you do Kundalini yoga, right, and it brings a lot of bliss and all that, it also brings a lot of cleansing and purification of not only thoughts and old beliefs, but also emotions, right? And on top of emotions, it also cleanses tissues, right? So the issues are in your tissues. The issues are in your tissues. So literally the issues are in your tissues, right? Our, muscle fibers, our skin, our organs, our tissues literally carry our trauma, right? And that's why a lot of times when you do like hip openers in yoga, or men in particular, they get into hip openers and different hip stretches. That brings upon a lot of emotions, right? And a lot of times, not just men, but I think it's more surprising when it happens in men. People start crying, right? So just think about it. Why the hips? Well, the hips hold a lot of trauma. It holds a lot of suppressed emotions, right? And so when we do these hip openers, that then releases these emotions. And sometimes that means you got to re experience them, right? Re experience the emotion on the way out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's kind of wild, man. The body is a amazing piece of technology, amazing freaking spaceship. It's an amazing manifester. It's amazing, just biological, like technological, like it's just great. It's grand. You know what I'm saying? So.